Good morning. Today we are looking at the Monday of Easter week. Mark records Jesus as being in the temple. Mark records this as the day in which Jesus actually cleansed the temple of the money changers and the animal traders there. We know that this project was fraudulent. We know that it took advantage of the poor. We know that a lot of people got rich because of this. We know that the religious authorities controlled the temple and its practices. And so there are two contemplations that we want to think about on this day. First, I want you to take time as you think about this story, as you read this story, to visualize Jesus as he enters the temple courts. I don't think this just kind of rose up in Jesus. I think he already had an idea what he wanted to do on this day. But picture him as he surveys the scene, and within him grows just kind of a growing anger, kind of a righteous anger. It starts stirring within him. Picture him looking at the whole scene and saying, "Enough." And then going to fashion a whip. And then with fire in his eyes, yelling, "This is supposed to be a place of prayer, and you've made it a den of thieves," and knocking over the tables and driving out the animal tenders. Could you imagine the confusion at the temple? Can you picture that? Can you imagine the indignation and anger of the people in which it was disturbing their business and their practice? Can you imagine the temple authorities as this being the tipping point? And I guess I want you to think about Jesus in his passion. What else makes Jesus so passionate? What stirs him to this kind of depth? The second contemplation I want you to think about is that this was not accidental, but this was actually a prophetic judgment. Jesus himself is actually shutting down the sacrificial system on the busiest week of the year, probably for those practices. He's shutting it down as a prophetic judgment, and he does this because he's signaling that he is replacing the entire system. That where people had to sacrifice over and over, year by year, for forgiveness of sins, for atonement for sins. He's replacing it with one sacrifice, his sacrifice, once for all, in finality. It didn't need to be repeat. It covers all sins. When we take it by faith, it covers us completely, wholly. Our sin is atoned for. We just need to accept this as for us. Consider Jesus' actions that day, pointing to the reality that you and I now enjoy, which is the forgiveness of God. I hope it's a rich day for you.